Ever wondered how to navigate the stormy seas of workplace conflict with grace and composure? The answer lies in the ancient philosophy of Stoicism. Now, you might be thinking, Stoicism? Isn't that all about suppressing emotions and enduring pain? Well, not quite. Stoicism, a philosophy born in the bustling markets of ancient Athens, is all about understanding the nature of our emotions, our reactions, and the world around us. It's about finding tranquility in chaos and strength in adversity. And yes, it has everything to do with navigating difficult situations at work. In the modern workplace, conflict is inevitable. But how we respond to it, that's entirely up to us. This is where Stoicism shines. It offers us a toolkit, a set of principles to help us deal with difficult people and situations at work, all with a calm mind and a composed demeanor. Think of it this way. Imagine you're a captain sailing your ship through a storm. The waves are rough, the winds are wild, and the crew is on edge. Now you could panic, let the storm dictate your actions, or you could take a deep breath, assess the situation, and navigate your ship through the chaos. That's Stoicism in action. But Stoicism isn't just about surviving the storm, it's about growing stronger from it. It's about understanding that every difficult person, every challenging situation, is an opportunity to learn, to improve, and to become a better version of ourselves. And the best part, Stoicism is practical. It's not some abstract philosophy to be discussed in a classroom. It's a way of life, a mindset that can be applied in our everyday work right here, right now. So ready to embark on this enlightening journey with the 10 Stoic principles? Let's dive in. Stoic Principle 1, recognize what's under your control and what's not. Distinguishing between what you can and cannot control is a cornerstone of Stoicism, and it's tremendously useful in the workplace. Let's consider a real-life example. Imagine you're a manager and one of your team members consistently fails to meet deadlines. You can't control their actions, but you can control your response. Instead of allowing frustration to take over, you could arrange a meeting to discuss the issue openly. You can control the words you use, your tone of voice, and the solution you propose. By focusing on what you can control, you change the dynamic. Instead of feeling helpless, you're taking proactive steps to address the problem. This approach not only reduces stress, but also boosts your effectiveness as a manager. So, next time you're faced with a difficult situation at work, stop for a moment. Ask yourself, what part of this situation can I control? By focusing your energy here, you'll find that you can navigate even the most challenging circumstances with grace and composure. Remember, focusing on what you can control reduces stress and increases your effectiveness. To Stoic Principle 2, it's not events that upset us, but our judgments about them. This principle reminds us of the power of perspective. Consider a scenario where you're working on a project with a colleague who seems to constantly oppose your ideas. It's easy to perceive them as difficult, isn't it? But here's where Stoic Principle 2 comes into play. Your reaction to this person, not their actions, is what truly shapes your reality. So instead of jumping to conclusions, try stepping back and reframing your thoughts. Perhaps this colleague isn't being difficult, but rather they're passionate about the project and want the best outcome, just like you. By tweaking your reaction, you can transform a seemingly negative situation into an opportunity for constructive dialogue and collaboration. This doesn't mean ignoring their behavior, but rather understanding their perspective and addressing the situation head-on with respect and directness. So next time you encounter a difficult person, remember, your reaction shapes your reality. Stoic Principle 3, every obstacle is an opportunity in disguise. This principle encourages us to see hurdles not as hindrances, but as avenues for growth and learning. Let's delve into a practical example. Imagine you're leading a project at work, and suddenly a key team member resigns. This is an obstacle, undoubtedly, but instead of panicking or complaining, you embrace it. You see it as an opportunity to reassess your resources, maybe discover hidden talents within your team, or even challenge yourself to take on some of the tasks. This shift in perspective not only helps you navigate the situation more effectively, but it also contributes to your personal and professional development. It's about turning the tables on adversity, learning from it, and coming out stronger. Remember, it's not the obstacle that defines us, but how we respond to it. So embrace the obstacles and watch your professional growth skyrocket. Stoic Principle 4, practice objectivity. In the throes of workplace conflict, it's easy for emotions to cloud our judgment. However, Stoicism teaches us the importance of maintaining an objective stance. It's about seeing things as they are, not as we wish them to be. Let's consider a case study. Meet Jane, a project manager dealing with a particularly difficult team member, John. John's work is often late and lacks quality, causing tensions within the team. Instead of reacting emotionally, Jane applies objectivity. She sets aside her frustration and evaluates John's performance based on facts, not feelings. She then communicates these observations to John in a clear, respectful manner. The result? A productive conversation that leads to an improvement in John's performance. Jane's objectivity allowed her to address the issue directly and effectively without letting emotions get in the way. Remember, objectivity is the key to effective communication and conflict resolution. And Stoic Principle 5, live in the present moment. In the hustle and bustle of the work environment, our minds often wander to past mistakes or future uncertainties. This can fuel tensions and conflicts. Mindfulness, the practice of being fully present and engaged in the current moment, can be our ally in such situations. Imagine you're in a team meeting. A colleague who has been a thorn in your side starts to criticize your project. Instead of reacting in defense or recalling past altercations, try to be present, listen attentively to their feedback, understand their perspective. This doesn't mean you have to agree, but it does mean you're giving them the space to express their views. By focusing on the present, you're not clouded by past resentments or future anxieties. You're able to respond more thoughtfully and less reactively. This not only diffuses the immediate tension, but also paves the way for a more constructive relationship in the future. So, focus on the present and let go of past resentments and future anxieties. Stoic Principle 6. Embrace change and accept the impermanence of things. In the ever-evolving realm of the workplace, change is the only constant. This is a reality we all must accept. Resistance to change can lead to conflict and tension, especially when dealing with difficult colleagues. Let's consider a case study. Take the story of Anna, a project manager who was initially resistant to the implementation of a new project management tool in her team. She feared it would disrupt her well-established routines. However, when she decided to embrace this change instead of fighting it, she discovered the new tool actually streamlined her tasks and fostered better communication within her team. By accepting the impermanence of things and adapting to change, Anna was able to turn a potentially difficult situation into an opportunity for growth and improvement. This is the essence of the sixth Stoic principle. It's about recognizing the inevitability of change and harnessing its power to drive positive transformations in our work life. Remember, change is inevitable. Embrace it and thrive. Stoic Principle 7, virtue is the highest good. As we navigate through our professional lives, we're often faced with situations that challenge our values. But Stoicism teaches us that virtue is not just a choice, but the highest form of good. Imagine a scenario where you're in a team meeting and a colleague is constantly interrupting others. Instead of losing your patience or ignoring the situation, choose the path of virtue. Address the issue respectfully by encouraging a culture of active listening. In doing so, you're not only standing up for the virtues of respect and fairness, but also promoting a healthier, more collaborative work environment. Your actions can inspire others to follow suit, creating a ripple effect of positive change. This is the essence of practicing virtue in the workplace. It's not always the easiest path, but it's the one that leads to a more harmonious and fulfilling professional life. By embodying virtues such as respect, patience, and fairness, you're not just improving your own work experience, but also influencing those around you in a positive way. So, practice virtue and create a positive work environment. Stoic Principle 8. Inner peace is the ultimate success. Now imagine you're in a heated team meeting. Voices are raised and tensions are high. It's a common scenario, isn't it? But here's where the Stoic principle of cultivating inner peace comes into play. Let's consider the case of Jane, a manager in a fast-paced corporate environment. Jane was known for her calm demeanor, even in the face of conflict. She practiced mindfulness, took deep breaths, and stayed present during heated discussions. She did not let the external chaos disturb her inner calm. This not only helped her manage her emotions, but also enabled her to think clearly and make rational decisions. Her team, seeing her composed in the storm, mirrored her calm, leading to more productive resolutions. Inner peace isn't about avoiding conflict, but managing it with serenity and clarity. Remember, inner peace is your secret weapon against workplace stress. Stoic Principle 9, accept nature's will and work with it, not against it. An integral part of Stoicism is understanding and accepting the natural order of things. In the context of workplace interactions, this means acknowledging the inherent traits and behaviors of your colleagues. Let's take a practical example. Imagine a co-worker who is naturally outspoken and assertive. Rather than resisting this trait and trying to change them, accept their nature. Work with it by finding ways to utilize their assertiveness positively. Maybe they're the perfect person to lead a challenging negotiation or to stand up for your team's ideas in a meeting. Similarly, if someone is naturally introverted, do not force them into a role that requires constant social interaction. Instead, recognize their strengths. Perhaps they're great at focusing on detail-oriented tasks, and use those to the team's advantage. By accepting and working with people's inherent natures, we can create a more harmonious and productive work environment. It's about understanding that everyone is different, and these differences, rather than being obstacles, can be sources of strength and diversity. So accept nature's will and let it guide your actions. Stoic Principle 10. Practice negative visualization. This may sound counterintuitive, but it's a powerful tool used by Stoics. Negative visualization is not about being negative. Rather, it's about visualizing potential setbacks or conflicts before they occur. It's like a mental rehearsal for challenging situations, enabling you to respond calmly and effectively when they arise. Let's consider a quick case study. Imagine you're a manager in a tech company and you're about to lead a critical project with a team member known for their difficult behavior. Instead of dreading the situation, you can use negative visualization. Picture potential conflicts, visualize your responses, and think about how you can turn these challenges into opportunities for growth and improved collaboration. This practice allows you to prepare for possible issues, making you less reactive and more proactive when a conflict arises. It enables you to manage your emotions, maintain your composure, and lead with confidence. So, the next time you're facing a potentially difficult situation at work, try practicing negative visualization. It's not about expecting the worst, but about being prepared for it. Remember, negative visualization prepares you for challenges and enhances your resilience. We've journeyed through the 10 Stoic principles, each a powerful tool in managing difficult people at work. Let's take a moment to reflect on what we've learned. Firstly, understanding what we can control. Recognizing that we cannot control others, only our responses to them empowers us to navigate difficult conversations with grace and composure. Secondly, our reaction determines our reality. By choosing to respond positively to challenging situations, we shape our experiences and outcomes. Thirdly, we learn to embrace obstacles as opportunities. Difficult people can be the stepping stones to our growth and success at work. Fourthly, practicing objectivity is key. It helps us to step back, observe the situation impartially, and make sound decisions. Fifthly, living in the present. By focusing on the here and now, we can better manage our interactions without the burden of past grievances or future worries. The sixth principle reminded us to embrace change. Change is inevitable, and accepting this can help us to adapt and thrive amid workplace conflicts. Seventhly, practicing virtue. By choosing to act with integrity and kindness, even when faced with difficult people, we can maintain our self-respect and dignity. The eighth principle, cultivating inner peace. By developing a calm and composed inner state, we can remain unflustered in the face of workplace adversity. Ninthly, accepting nature's will. By understanding that everyone has their nature, we can manage our expectations and interactions more effectively. Lastly, practicing negative visualization. By visualizing worst-case scenarios, we can prepare ourselves emotionally and strategically for any difficult conversation. These principles are more than just tools. They are transformative ways of thinking that can change how we perceive and interact with difficult people at work. Now, equipped with these Stoic principles, which difficult conversation are you going to tackle today?